Hey guys, welcome back. Today we have a really fun video. I decided to shop my stash and pull out my oldest eyeshadow palette, which is the Vice 2 from Urban Decay and the Pulp Fiction palette from Urban Decay. And I thought, well, between these two, we're gonna create a look and see if they hold up to today's eyeshadow standards. And yeah, you'll just have to watch and see how things go. It's a little... Do you have Vice 2? Let me know. I am just so nostalgic for this palette. This packaging, this purple smoky marble is so beautiful with the raised rhinestone diamond effects. Like, man, this was when palettes were exciting. Once a year, one of these came out. It wasn't this every other month a palette's coming out, or even every other week ColourPop. This was like you waited and you anticipated and you were so excited when it came out. And the coolest thing about this palette, watch. The bitch is like on hydraulics. It has this push button, soft open. How cool is that? And you have this great mirror inside. This palette was a banger when it came out, man. Yeah, and then I picked this little guy up on clearance just more as a keepsake because Pulp Fiction, I thought it'd be cool just to have, you know, as a decorative piece because it was 16 bucks, and I thought, well, I'll use that sometimes. Let's get some good basic shades in here, right? Have I used this palette? Hardly at all. I don't think I've touched it in maybe 3 years. Same with the Vice 2. Fortunately, I haven't touched it in so long. And I was doing makeup the other day and I was like, you know, it'd be fun if I took out my oldest palette and tried to create a really cool cut crease look with it, like something that we do now. Because back then all I did was some smoky eyes, that's about it. But anyway, if you want to see how I create this look using the Vice 2 and the Urban Decay Pulp Fiction palette, just keep watching. But before you do, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, follow along my journey of being a 32-year-old lady on YouTube. Without further ado, let's just get into the video. I'm a mess today. Alright, I've already primed my eyes and done my eyebrows. The eyebrows may have got a little out of hand. You know me, everything's gonna get a little out of hand over here. But yeah, prime my eyes with the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer. Alright, to start off this look, since we are revisiting oldest palettes, we're gonna start with the Pulp Fiction palette because it's a great one to get all your base shades and stuff. Because it is neutrals. Because this poor palette, it didn't get enough love, and really it's been more just a collector's item that I've kept on a shelf. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna take the lightest shade called Righteous, which is a matte bone shade. I'm gonna take that just under the brow bone here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take my little travel taper blending brush, and I'm gonna go into Tyranny, which is the camel brown. Gonna go all into that transition, up pretty high and out. Not that we're, you know, I don't think too many of you guys are gonna be recreating this look. I mean, who still has the Vice palette, like the Vice 2, Vice the first one, any of them? Who still has them and uses them? Let me know, and try to like pan them. I just can't pan stuff, man. I get too bored using the same thing. But I'm not big on like trying to pan my eyeshadows or anything, because I'll use them forever. Like, I mean, obviously I've hung on to these. Not that I've used them that often. Honestly, probably haven't picked this one up in 2-3 years to use. I can actually remember last time I used it because I took a picture of it and put it on Instagram. That was a very long time ago. Speaking of Instagram, I think I have been shadow banned. I sent in a report a problem thing and told them, I was like, my engagement has dropped like 75%. I was getting hundreds of likes, and now I'm getting like maybe 20, sometimes 30, like if I'm lucky I get 50. When I look at my hashtags, like maybe 4 views, or yeah, 4 likes from my hashtags, and like the rest is just, you know, my organic following. Then I go look at my stories, and my stories have way more views than my actual pictures. What is up with that? So yeah, I wrote them, I was like, can we fix this please? I don't know what I have done wrong to anger the Instagram gods, but I know, like, I've seen everyone's engagement go down, but damn. Not that bad, huh? It's really frustrating because it makes you not want to post on there. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into Vengeance, which is a deeper brown. This is a pretty look right here. Like, I think we could like stop here and have a nice look. But we're gonna go with a bold green. It is called Damaged. It is a true emerald green. So I think what I'm gonna do is instead of like cutting the crease with concealer, I'm gonna use my trusty NYX glitter glue because these shades really don't stack up to what we have now. There's a couple of them in here, like Stash, the olive green is fucking stunning. Like, it's beautiful. And some of the brown tones are gorgeous. Like, I think Radar was lovely, Ambush. But some of the shades are a little bit lacking compared to what we have now. And that was kind of the point of this video, is seeing how these shades perform stacked up to what we use these days. And I would say it's about 50-50 split on the Vice 2 palette. Like, some of them perform beautifully, the mattes perform great. Some of them are kind of meh. They're just not enough impact to them. So I feel like putting them over this glitter base really gives them something and they can really shine. I'm gonna take this little guy. This is just a BH Cosmetic Pro brush. And I'm gonna take the glitter glue, or glitter primer. Rather, I think this is the exact same thing as the Too Faced one. And I'm going to use this to basically cut the crease. So Urban Decay has come out with a new Naked palette, Naked Honey, which concept, hell yeah. The pictures I've seen, I'm gonna take this the packer owner part of the brush in with Anastasia Beverly Hills ones that come with their palettes. I'm gonna take Damaged first, because I know I want to put it on the center of the lid. I'm just gonna pack that on. Like, look at that. Oh yeah, that's some green now. Let it flow over to the outer corner. That's such a pretty green. I know this looks weird right now. Trust me. I don't know how many times I say, this looks weird right now, just trust me. But just trust me. Now I'm gonna take the gold strike. It's kind of a soft gold. I'm gonna blend that into Damaged, which is the green. In case you're wondering, yeah, I did sterilize these palettes before I used them. I spritzed them down with some spray alcohol that I usually keep in my kit. Trying to get these shades to kind of blend into one another. Yeah, that's really pretty. I'm pretty sure I've done this look before. I'm sure I have. Alright, and on the outer part, I'm gonna take a shade called Smoke Out, which is an off black. I'm just gonna use that to kind of blend into Damaged. Okay, I'm gonna take the black from this little palette called Furious on a Morphe M562 and kind of blend that in the outer corner. I'm kind of pulling it up into a little bit of a winged shape. Just a little bit. I'm gonna clean that off. I'm gonna take a little bit more Vengeance and pull it just right above where we cut the crease, just to blend. Jump back into Tyranny and just blend those edges. I'm taking the clean into this fluffy brush, this ABH brush, and just making sure everything's soft and blended. So I'm gonna go back into a little bit more of Damaged around that middle part, just to be sure it's not getting lost in there. Take a little bit of Strike, and I'm gonna pull it around. I definitely can see how like color trends and stuff have changed since this palette came out. Everything in here is just kind of not necessarily warm, it's not really cool, it's just kind of a little bland, maybe? The quality has improved so much just at the drugstore alone, much less, you know, high end. It's gotten so good. I'm taking the gold just kind of around. Just want some of that gold to be peeping around. It's not looking very bright, is it? I think I'm gonna dampen this brush a little bit. Yeah, I've definitely been spoiled by better performing shimmers and metallics. God, remember when Urban Decay was like the end all be all of eyeshadow? Oh, those were the days. Okay, I finally think I got that gold built up a little bit where I want it. I'm gonna take the matte black on a little pencil brush here and just kind of tidy that up. Alright, I think we're getting somewhere that I'm liking it. A little bit more smoke out here. I have got the All in the Family theme song stuck in my head just now because I said that about the good old days or something. I can't remember what I said. With the Urban Decay eyeshadows. That's what I get for talking shit. And because I just watched the, when they redid All in the Family with Woody Harrelson and Jamie Foxx and everybody. That was really good. Like, they nailed it. Because I am actually quite a fan of All in the Family and the Jeffersons and all those Norman Lear shows. I grew up watching those. In my first tutorial I ever did, my blog post, I used, I think, this palette and the Naked 2. I can't quite remember. I feel like this is the palette I used in this gold. Okay, I'm kind of getting somewhere where I'm liking it, and I'm gonna stop before I mess it up and really hate it. Liquid liner, do a little wing. Before I move on, I'm gonna take a little bit of black on that liner brush. And what we're gonna do is go right here. This gives it a very elongated, kind of graphic look. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera and do the other eye, and we'll meet back here once I got that done, because this was a struggle, and we don't need to see it on both sides because it will take forever. Okay, face is done. Let's move on to this under eye. Well, by face being done, I mean concealer, foundation, powder, and some contour. And what I'm going to do is jump into Tyranny and run that along the lower lash line. You see I've kind of cleaned up the lines and crisped them up when I cleaned up the fallout, because I kind of demoed a little bit of. And you know, when you go in with concealer, you can kind of clean things up a little more. I'm taking Tyranny and kind of just contouring my eye bag. You know how I do. Contour the eye bag. Surprisingly, a good method. Makes your eyes look so much bigger. Look at that. Look how much bigger my eye looks. But yeah, I'm just gonna pull it up into the wing there, mirror them together. Yeah, this side came together much quicker and easier because I'd already done it on that side. I should do it the other way around. I should experiment on one side and then do the, after I've figured it out, on the other side and film that part. I think that's what most people do. I am not most people. Yeah, I'm excited to get back to vlogging and have some exciting things to do. So we're going out of town to visit the in-laws this weekend, so it'll be fun. We're going to a derby game. I haven't been to one of those in a million years. I think that'll be pretty cool. I don't think I've mentioned it on here, but when me and my husband met, I was actually a ref for the local derby team. And yeah, it kind of fell apart, but it was fun while it lasted. So I'm gonna take Vengeance now, closer to the outer corner and lash line. But yeah, I remember just, that was like the one brand that I wanted all the eyeshadows from was Urban Decay. I remember watching videos of reviews and tutorials using it, and just, oh, that's how I ended up with the Vice too, is that I watched Cora Diane, or Vintage or Tacky as she was known then, do a tutorial with the Vice 2, and I remember her singing the Muse Madness, and she was using the blue shade, I believe, called Madness in the palette. Man, and she sold me on the palettes like that. I remember talking about the silver and it being like tenfold, it just molten. I was like, I need it. And yeah, I went when it was in stock finally at Sephora, and I got it, and I think I got Naked too at the same time. And I looked forward to the Vice palettes ever since. Like, there was just so exciting to see what was going to be the next one. And they haven't done a Vice palette in like, what, 2 years? 3 years now? Like, the last big palette they put out was the Born to Run palette, which is pretty, which is just kind of boring. Like, it's colors I have. I'm taking Furious Light pencil brush and just right close to the lash line here. But they're colors I have like 10 times over in palettes, and I could get them. I am really interested in their new Naked Skin foundation. It looks beautiful. Okay, camera cut me off, so I don't know where I left off, but I'm putting Moonlit Pearls from e.l.f. on the inner corner to highlight because I really didn't have a good highlight shade in any of these palettes. This is an oldie but a goodie. It is a baked highlighter from e.l.f. These are fantastic, just you have to scrape off the kind of top layer and really get into it, and then once you do, you have a beautiful highlighter that costs like $2.99. They're stunning, and they have a nice variety of shades, and so people either love them or hate them, but I think it's just because, you know, you gotta really get into them. Take a spoolie and scratch at it. Yeah, look at that inner corner highlight. Yeah, I'm gonna keep these palettes probably forever because they're keepsakes at this point to me. They're sentimental. Got this one on clearance a little while after it came out, after I've been eyeballing it forever because I was a huge Pulp Fiction fan when I was younger, and I was like, ooh, that's so cool, I need that. And yeah, I just never got around to buying it, and then I saw it on clearance one day and I was like, add to cart. It was $16. $16, heck yes. Let's move on to the face, like the blush, bronzer, and all that. But like I said, I was kind of just shopping my stash through a lot of different products, not just the eyeshadows. And I pulled out probably one of the first bronzers I ever bought, which is the BB Bronze Booster from Physicians Formula. I remember, I think our Ulta had just opened, and I was like, ooh, I need that bronzer. Everybody loves it. It's supposed to be good for fair skin. Because I was like, oh, I'm too pale. I could never wear bronzer. Like, I was just convinced I could not. And then something, I don't know, spurred me to kind of try it because I wanted contour. It was really hard to find like contour products at the time to match. Like, this is just when, like, I think the ABH contour palette just came out. Like, there was not many options on the market for the pale girl or the deeper girl. Basically, it was all for like medium skin tones at the time. But okay, so I'm gonna take this on a fluffy brush and just gonna, you know, bronze like you would. You know, and now I have bronzers that I love much more than this, actually, from Wet n Wild, which are cheaper too. Let's see, the formula on the Wet n Wild, I mean, the formula of these Physicians Formula bronzers are beautiful, like the butter bronzers. Stunning formula. Too long. I've had this so long. Oh my god. Okay, this needs to go into my empties bag. And I keep saying I'm going to do that, then I keep picking it up and using it. Because I use so little bronzer, even though I was using this one almost every day. Look how little I've hit pan on it. Like, there's still so much product in here. You can still see the writing around the edges. Man, I hate to throw it away. So I'm going to put it in my empties bag, so I'll quit using it. Because it's freaking old, and I've got like 4 bronzers I love that I need to use anyway. Let's move on to blush. Another old blush. An older product, the Love Flush Blush Wardrobe. Oh my god, that's such a mouthful. This was a palette that Too Faced put out, I think spring, around Valentine's Day. I don't know how many years ago, quite a few years ago. But this was such a good investment for me, for my kid. because A, they're beautiful blushes and you got the entire like lineup of them. So this was fantastic for working with clients and stuff and needing different blush tones. You can see the ones that I've definitely used the most would be these two here. I love Your Love is King. Love Hangover, of course, is a classic. I love a good blush palette, but there's something that you're never gonna hit pan on. Just like I always want to get the Tarte book of blushes. I'm like, man, that's just gonna be a waste for me. I'm never gonna like get that far into that product. I don't need it. Basically, I've never hit pan on. No, that's not true. I've hit pan on one blush in my life, and that was when I was in high school, early 20s. It was a deep kind of taupe shade. Yeah, it was basically a NYX blush and taupe. God, do you remember NYX blush and taupe? I think I still have mine just because it's special, but that was the Pale Girl Contour. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it was a Revlon blush that looked like that. And I would use that to contour in high school before I even knew what contouring was. I thought I was just making my face look skinny. Ooh, this blush is too bright with this. I don't like it. It's too pink. Okay, I gotta tone that down some. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of I Will Always Love You, and that might kind of... I think I went a little ham with the blush. Oh dear. Oh dear. It looks way too much. I usually underdo it with the blush and look like a ghost. Now what have I done? What have I done, pumpkin? Of course, for highlighter, Moonlit Pearls. Look at that. Bam. This is the shade I Am Positive from Milani in the Bold Matte collection. Just stunning. Just the packaging alone is stunning. But yeah, this lipstick is gorgeous and lovely formula. And I'm gonna need every shade now. It's just a nice bricky red. But yeah, that's the lipstick. And I'm gonna go off camera for a minute, put on some mascara and setting spray, and we'll be back for the finished look. Alright, and here's the finished look using the Urban Decay Vice 2 palette and the Urban Decay Pulp Fiction palette. Pull these little beauties from the vault, and this is what we came up with. Do these stack up to today's palettes and the pigmentation and everything that we've come to expect? Not really. I kind of had to work to get it there. Like I had to use a glitter primer to get the pigmentation super vibrant, and yeah, like the mattes perform beautifully. Some of the shimmers are amazing, others are a little lackluster, and yeah, this was back from Urban Decay's heyday, and this was like crazy quality back then, man. We didn't know what to do with ourselves when we got a new Vice palette. Anyway, this is the look I created. If you liked this video and you enjoyed following along seeing how I created this look using some old palettes, just give me a like and subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what's your oldest palette, and do you have palette FOMO? Is there a palette that you missed out on that was limited edition that you were just kicking yourself over? Yeah, just give me a like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff down below, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye now.